What's up, everyone? It's your girl Tamara Ivey here with Ashley Stewart and Ashley TV. And thank you for going live with us on the weekend. It is Friday. Hi, everybody. It is Friday, honey. It is so beautiful outside. Shout out to everyone who is still practicing social distancing and ensuring that they are staying safely. And what I mean by that is that you're wearing your mask, especially in New York City or wherever your state says that you are required to wear your mask and gloves. Please, everybody, we want everybody to be safe and sound and ensure that you guys are practicing CDC precautions, all right? All right, well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And you guys know some of our stores are closed, but we do have 6 stores open. We are seeing people in the stores 6 at a time. Well, actually, there's 3 associates and then appointments only, okay? So make sure you text Store Diva, STOREDIVA, to 28789 to find out when your local store is opening up and any special deals that are happening with Ashley Stewart. All right, well, starting today, free shipping over $50. OMG. Now, you guys know that's the top and the bottom. That's a nice little look put together. Something real cute at AshleyStewart.com. Make sure you shop now at AshleyStewart.com. But if you are in the vicinity of where those stores are, make sure you partner with those stores. Call your stores. You know who those stores are. And set up your appointment and shop with us, all right? But in the meantime, shop at AshleyStewart.com. And again, today starts free shipping over orders of $50 or more. All right, so you guys know we have a weekly Instagram, social media schedule, rather. We have a lot of great friends joining us. Tonight, shout out to style expert Denise Caldwell. She should be logging in a few minutes. But in case you guys don't know who she is, she's a style expert, and she's going to talk to us tonight and let us know what her journey's been like, and she's going to educate you guys on some tips and tricks in the fashion industry, all right? Now, you guys know we have so many great interviews. We just did Cafe Mocha, Lonnie Love presents Cafe Mocha presents Lonnie Love at Home with Friends, and it was such a great interview. You can find it now on Facebook. Make sure you guys watch it, share it, listen to our story. Myself, Tiffany Flamer, James V, our CEO, is giving an powerful moment to Lonnie, where he's just giving a lot of information, dropping a lot of jewels on, exactly how we reinvented the brand, and we rode or died with this brand. All right, now you guys are still asking, how do I become a model? How can I be seen by Ashley Stewart? Make sure your page is public, ladies. If you guys want us to see your fabulous outfits and how you are slaying during quarantine, shelter in place, make sure you tag us, but your page is open, okay? Your page is public, open, whatever that means, all right? Now, make sure you use the hashtag Ashley Stewart, okay? You can never go wrong without that hashtag, okay? Using that hashtag will let us see you. Make sure you tag us, and make sure you say something fly about yourself in the comments, because we love to share stories, all right? All right, so now, for what you all been waiting for, we're going to have this lovely lady come and join us in a few seconds. I just want to give her a special shout out because she's been with us through a lot, okay? She came to us during a time when Ashley Stewart was going through bankruptcy, and a lot of people really didn't know. And we just had to keep the relationship going and thriving. Shout out to my friends from my childhood that, linked us together, and networking works. We've still been connected, Denise and I, and we've been working together with Ashley Stewart for the past few years. Everybody, welcome Miss Denise Caldwell.
Hey! Oh, am I backwards?
Yes.
Okay. All right, sorry, y'all. We give y'all a little rest moment for a second. Let me tilt her over.
Yes. How are you?
I'm like, am I backwards? I am. Okay, how do you do this? So I just bought you guys a new ring light, which is so funny because I never had one before. So today we did something, and they said to do it horizontal, but that ain't right. So let's try this.
Yes, vertical.
Y'all see my rolling rack back there? Got my little new setup.
Stylist.
Okay, let's see. I have my little position all nice. I'm gonna tilt her.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna have to bring her up more, I guess. Hey, I love the hearts. Hey, y'all. Clearly.
Now, everybody, while Denise gets situated, again, make sure you guys use that code Store Diva, STOREDIVA to 28789 for any updates and any deals on when your stores are opening. Again,
Hey.
Yes.
Again, I see the hearts. Okay. Now let's see if this does something. Can I still sit? Nope.
Yeah, you just have to tilt it down. There you go. All a little bit. Yeah.
And I'm still straight. Okay. And then you'll tell me if I'm giving a good angle.
It's a little diagonal, so you might want to.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Well, got it. I see it.
Let's make it more straight because we will stream this back on Facebook and we don't want our fans looking at you on a diagonal. There you go.
Am I straight now?
Yeah, but let's tilt her down a little bit so we can see a little bit of your outfit.
I'm being art directed by Tamara Ivey, you guys. I feel blessed.
Yes, just tilt her down just some more. Be generous on the tilt.
Hey, y'all. Okay.
All right.
Is that good?
All right.
You want me to come down more? You want some outfit?
That's fine.
Okay. I have my little floral arrangement in there too, but how's that?
That's fine.
Okay. Y'all know, well, I can say me and Tamara are both Virgo, so you know we'd be liking perfection.
Yes, you're good to go. Now, everybody, welcome Denise Caldwell, style expert. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Friday, y'all.
Yeah, I think you're good now. You're good to go.
Okay, perfect.
All right, Denise, for those who don't know and been living under a rock somewhere, let them know your name and where you're originally from.
Hey, you guys. So I am style and beauty expert Denise Caldwell. And it's so funny because a lot of people say, oh, Denise Caldwell. I'm like, well, my name's just Denise. You could just call me Denise. But I'm originally from St. Louis. So I'm a Midwest girl.
Yeah.
Y'all watching the Nelly and Ludacris versus this weekend. I'm going to be chicken head.
Yeah.
And I went to Howard University for college in DC. And then after college, I moved to New York to pursue a career in fashion.
Wonderful. Well, Denise, you came to the big city to pursue a career in fashion. What was your first big styling opportunity?
Well, okay, so my first big opportunity when I was a stylist assistant, I just thought this was everything. I didn't have a passport yet. I literally was just 21, and they were like, we're going to Paris for couture. And I was like, oh my goodness, I was so excited. And they were like, we're going to shoot 2 stories. One was with Chloe Sevigny, and the other was with Renee Zellweger. So I was just really excited about that. It was really just God, actually, because I didn't have my passport, but I told them I did. It was for Harper's Bazaar magazine, and the fashion editor that I worked with at the time, she was like, you have your passport, right? And I was like, oh, yeah. But by the grace of God, I went to my little Brooklyn post office, filled out the paperwork, got everything, and my passport came 2 days before I was supposed to go to Paris. So it was funny. I was in the fashion closet at Bazaar, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to Paris. And they were like, yeah, we know. We got the ticket. But in my mind, I was like, no, Lord, I'm really going to Paris.
Right,
right. That was really one of my, first big things. And working with Renee Zellweger, working with Chloe Sevigny, she was one of the top, cool it girls at the time. That was really huge. And then when I transferred to more doing television stuff, my first big thing was, the Today Show. And I was just so excited because my grandmother was like, you're going to work in fashion. And I was like, yeah. So for her to be able to have bragging rights at her nursing home, my granddaughter knows Kathy Lee and Hoda, was amazing. And it was just really a huge feat that they started having me on consecutively. And, that was something amazing for a little brown girl from St. Louis to be able to, do that. So it was really, really cool.
Amazing. So now you got to go to Paris, and then you also worked with Harper's Bazaar. I remember you were writing the Curve, a Curve page for OK Magazine.
Yes. It was OK Magazine. So I had started a blog called The Curve Report.
Yes.
And I wasn't necessarily a blogger. Shout out to all my blogger boos out there. You know, blogging is
Yes.
it's such a huge commitment. You have to be online constantly. And with me being a stylist, you know, I like to perfect one craft at a time. So when OK Magazine came to me, it was a former editor that I had worked with at 17. And she was like, hey, do you want to bring the Curve Report over to our okmagazine.com? And I was like, 1 million viewers like every 3 hours? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So the Curve Report went over to okmagazine.com, and we would do that every Friday. I would have the Curve Report come out, and I would do everything from tips and trends and stuff, you know, a lot of stuff celebrating our girls on the red carpet that were curvy. And then I would leave them with my curvy note, which was something that was inspiring and empowering, you know, for women of all shapes and sizes.
Beautiful. I remember the Curve Report very well. 2014, 13-ish.
Yeah.
Amazing work. I used to get it all the time. Now, right now we're in the middle of a pandemic. And you know, you're a morning segment stylist. Like every morning you're either on Good Day Philly, Good Day New York, Dr. Oz, you know, obviously giving a helping hand in every type of style area possible, whether it's deals and steals, great fajas, undergarments, and things like that. How has COVID-19 affected the fashion industry, in your opinion?
I mean, it's really has affected us, but I feel like it affected us in a couple of ways where the obvious things with retailers not being open right now, you know, designers kind of halting their collections. But it also was a key word when people started saying the word pivot, you know,
Right.
it's just something that has now went to the masses, but behind closed doors, pivot was something that really was rebirthed right away. How can we do this? You know, and on that level, obviously, financially, that's a big loss for, you know, industry people. I mean, when we think about just, there's so many careers, you know, from the seamstress to the pattern makers to the tailors, you know, to the makeup artists, the other estheticians that, you know, are manicurists and stuff. Those people are really hit even harder.
Hairstylists.
A lot of people that I work on a daily basis for photo shoots and behind the scenes. And then it's also shown this like creativity. I keep saying this, we're socially distant, but we're socially connected. So there's been so many ways to champion and do good. And I think that's also helped in the business practice of fashion, because fashion's this multi-trillion-dollar business, but a lot of times we're thinking about the creativity portion of it. I think now people are looking at the creativity part of it, but also the heart of it, and also the business part of it. How can they, you know, be prepared if this ever happens again, you know, and also how can they give back and have like a heart to their employees and their staff. And I think a lot of people are banding together. I love what Ashley Stewart's been doing with a lot of stuff too. You guys have always been connected to the community and your customer, but also you guys are so connected with your stores and your employees. And I feel like a lot of times other fashion businesses may have not did that, and now they're learning to do that. And so it's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel.
Right. Well, thank you. And that was very well said. You know, speaking of that, shout out to our store teams that created this messaging. I'm sure you've seen state by state, the strong messaging, New York City strong and all of that. We got Ashley Strong. Our store teams came up with that mantra and hashtag Ashley Strong. And it's something to keep us together and keep us, you know, just vibing and clicking and staying together and continuing the sisterhood. What have you been doing within the pandemic to keep yourself busy?
Oh my gosh. Well, I call Tamara T. So I'm like, T. I feel like it hasn't been enough. Like, I travel so much for work. I'm always doing stuff. I'm quarantined here in New York with my mom. So I'm getting a lot of, Mama Caldwell is in the house. So I'm quarantined with her, and we're spending a lot of time together. We're cooking, we're dancing, we're talking, you know, we're worshiping, and doing a lot of stuff with my church is really active in New York. So I've been cleaning, I've been cooking, and then I've also did some personal growth stuff, things that I wanted to tap into business-wise. I'm starting to do that stuff. So I feel like it's not enough time to do it, but I also haven't been stressed or where I felt like I'm running late for something. I'm in the comfort of my home, and I'm just so gracious that I'm safe and covered. And I always just pray for New York because there's a lot of people that are outdoors that have to work, that are doing a lot of stuff. I'm in the comfort of my home, and I'm just trying to do what I know best, to be a light in the darkness, to help whomever may need some assistance.
Amen, girl. I love that. All right, so let's talk about some fun stuff. So what awards and appearances throughout your career have you received?
Well, I have to start with, my Ashley family. And I remember, Baltimore is like a second, third home for me, especially with media stuff. So I'm always there. And we used to do the Curves Rock weekend together all the time. And I remember one year they were doing an award ceremony. And the funny thing is, like, for people that know me, I'm just always happy and cheerleader for everybody else. So I never win anything. And so you guys were giving out awards, and I won. And I was like, oh my gosh.
It was strategically planned by the ladies of Curves Rock.
And the funny thing was, I wasn't expecting to win. I knew I was nominated, but there were so many other great people in the category that I knew, and I was, ready to applaud. And I was also, working. But I was so happy. I think I kind of cried a little bit because I was like, I never win anything. So shout out to Taikisha and Chanel from Curves Rock Weekend, because that was really a great thing. And then in 2018 I got Influencer of the Year from Full Figured Fashion Week, and that was a surprise too, because at that time I was taking some personal time off from work. I wasn't really doing appearances, and Miss Gwen DeVoe just shocked the heck out of me when she posted everybody that was going to get an award, and I was just like, I'm getting Influencer of the Year. It was so amazing.
Beautiful
it was
moment.
Like my come back into the industry, because I had taken like 6 months off. So I really was just excited to see everybody. And that was just a really fun thing. It's always great when your community gives you stuff, because sometimes, you know this, we pour a lot into our work and stuff. And so they become like our family. I call it friends and family combined together. So when they acknowledge you, it just feels really, really, really good. So those are 2 great awards that are dear to me. And now that I have my closet set up, I'm like, oh, where did I put my awards?
Right. So now, being that you said that, now what's the next big thing for your career?
Well, I, during quarantine, have been dabbling in digital stuff. Like, well, as you guys can see in the beginning, I'm not tech savvy at all. Like, I usually hire people to do that. We have interns. I'll call my friends, like, hey, girl, how do you set up this thing? Or do you think I set this up right? Or what do you think? And that's because I feel like if that's their expertise, you should use them for that. We all have gifts. And being tech savvy, that ain't my gift. But during this, pandemic, me being by myself, and just my mama, most of the time, if you guys are on my social media, the camera person is my mom. She's trying to work the angles out. So I've really been dabbling and strengthening my digital experience. And I started an IG series called Style Minute with Denise, where we come on mostly daily at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard, and we talk about fashion, confidence, beauty. We do stuff where I had a tax expert to talk about stuff with those stimulus checks, because I saw your comments when Ashley said they were having that sale. Somebody said, oh, there go my stimulus check. You got to watch the replay, sis, of the tax expert. She will get you together. So I've been dabbling in that, and that's really, really fun. So I'm excited once we're back to our new normal, that Style Minute with Denise can expand more.
Good. Amazing. Amazing. Now, what tips and advice would you have for up-and-coming stylists that would love to, walk? Because a lot of people always think that, they go to school for communication, or they go to school for PR, or not really PR, communication, business administration, things like that, marketing, and they think, oh, I'm going to get a big job at an ad agency, or I'm going to, work at a media company. In today's digital world that we are living in, what advice would you give to not even millennial Generation Z, on exactly what steps to take and how to go about becoming a fashion professional? because you're a stylist, but you're a style expert, like you said, and that's who you really are. You know, when we see you on the news and things like that, and giving us advice on you know, when we have life changes with health and things like that, you know, you're more so telling us, okay, this is my advice and my expertise on, you know, what you should be wearing. You know, a lot of tips that, especially with the foundations, I remember you love Ashley Stewart foundations, and you're like, Tamara, just give me all the foundations. And I was like, okay. And I pulled all of them, and you was like, oh my God, I love them. You talk about your, and elaborate really, and you can take your time on, you know, what tips that these young people should have coming up in today's game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to say the first thing is that if you have aspirations for something, don't let anyone or anything deter you. You know, as I said, if it's for a lot of people just joining on, I saw some of my peeps join in and come in. You know, I was a girl from the Midwest. I'm an only child, partial first generation college student. So, you know, and I grew up kind of middle income.
Congratulations, girl.
Thank you. And, you know, so I always wanted to go to Howard University. In the 6th grade, I was like, I'm going to be the next Debbie Allen. I want to move to New York City. And all those things I checked off, it just transformed into something else. But I had a vision. And, you know, at that time, I didn't know that that was me exercising my faith. Because, you know, you're a child, so you kind of just like go with the flow. But I've always been ambitious. So if you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have a vision, don't let anyone or anything deter you from that. Right. Also, nothing beats some good grit. And if y'all like, what the heck is grit? Rolling up your sleeves, child, getting in there and doing the work, and really doing the work, you know. I always used to laugh when I would see people roll up their sleeves, and our former president, Barack Obama, would roll up his sleeves all the time. And so when I'd be like, you know, roll your sleeves up like Obama, that was always my reference for so much stuff, because nothing beats good grit. When you get in there, like even with me running a company and being on television, so I'm a face or a brand ambassador, I still sometimes am the first one in and the last one to leave. You know, a lot of my friends will be like, girl, you work so hard, you do so hard. And I'm like, you know, there's nothing like it. You know, there are perks and there's luxury to that, but I worked hard as a stylist assistant. I worked hard as a studio director for other stylists. I worked hard for, you know, all the things that I've had. And so it's really that grit really, really will surpass you. And you may not be the most talented person, but you're the person that has grit, you have ambition, you're assertive, but not too aggressive. And you have, you know, some talent, but you also have a positive attitude. You know, that's another thing. I feel like a lot of times people don't have positive attitudes.
That's a big deal. You have to have a positive attitude, and you have to be optimistic. All things positive on that positive energy level really, really counts. And that's a very, very good thing that you just said, because a lot of the times people think, you know, they don't even think they're thinking negatively. They're just thinking, you know what I'm saying? And their thoughts become things, you know?
Exactly.
And you know, you and I, we've had many discussions throughout the years. And besides being Virgos, you know, we really, like you said, you work hard. This is something that you want. You have to have the grit. And same thing James says all the time, and our president, Kristen. You know, when we come up with ideas, you need to come up with it now and activate on it. It's not about sitting on the idea and then procrastinating and then talking about it a year later and then just trying to do it again. You know, live in the moment, execute, get the work done, work hard, right?
Exactly. Like Mariah Carey says, make it happen. Like, I saw she did that special. Oh my gosh, she did the special the other day, and I was like, that was my theme song when me and one of my friends, well, he loved Mariah, and that song, we just used to do that song. I'd be like, I'm in the fashion closet making it happen, and I'm like, that song, I know how, I'm like a kid probably when that came out, but the funny thing was, it just like how stuff like that resonates. But yeah, I mean, just being positive and also just having a vision and a goal And now that I'm older, you know, obviously I know exercising your faith to do so. And the great thing with digital, you know, to go back to what you were saying there, and originally, you can be a stylist from anywhere, you know, and now stores, you know, like Ashley Stewart, you have your stylist in the store. So you could work for different retailers and be a stylist. Then you transfer that where you're doing digital stuff, you know, and it's like, it's creativity with it, but it's also finding out what your aesthetic is. You know, not everybody's aesthetic is going to be the same thing. I was able to work in high fashion. I took that high fashion and I worked it into commercials. So now when people are like, oh, I want to hire Denise Caldwell, they know they're getting someone that's commercial in personality, but also I come with a douse of high end because I have worked with celebrities. I have worked in high end, you know, fashion and things, but it's like, it translates relatability. And then I'm a curvy woman, so I know how to work around different body types and what's going to fit and what's not, you know. And so when we talking about shapewears and bras, I'm like, oh, as I'm looking now, I'm like, girl, fix your girls up, get it right.
Right. Well, where can we find you on social media, beautiful?
Yep, so absolutely. You can find me on Instagram at Style Expert Denise. And then I'm on Facebook as Style Expert Denise Caldwell. And, you know, if you just put my name into a little thing called Google, I should pop right up, Denise Caldwell.
Google her, baby. Google.
Just that little thing called Google.
Yes. Well, like I said to you guys earlier, she hosted Rock the Block. She rocked out with us during all of our pink carpet moments when we first started coming up. And I just want to say thank you so much, Denise, for being a part of our movement and being a part of everything that we stand for. You know, we love talking to you, working with you, everything. And, you know, you're a good friend of mine and Ashley Stewart's. And I love you and much success to you.
Thanks, T. I love you too. And thanks for having me, Ashley. I wish all the Ashley people and team, staff, Mr. James, everybody, you know, a blessed weekend. I'll see y'all later. We got this.
That's right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure you tune in on Sunday, where our guest will be our friend, Danielle James, fashion beauty editor. She's going to tell us all about, she's going to tell us all about fashion and her being a fashion editor. For that job, you would have to be a writer or a blogger. She'll fill you guys in on how to do that, just like how Denise did. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you visit AshleyStewart.com. Remember, today, all orders over $50 are free shipping. You're going to get free shipping starting today. And make sure you visit us on Instagram and Facebook, Ashley Stewart. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in and watching another episode of Ashley TV. Bye, D.
Bye.